Owls of North America. Owls are secretive but magnificent birds. They play an important role in our environment as predators. Most of them are active at night. What is an owl? Owls are included in a group of birds known as raptors. Hawks, eagles, and falcons are raptors too. Raptors are birds of prey that have large, forward-facing eyes, powerful talons, and a hooked beak. Owls' eyes are so large that they cannot move within their sockets. They compensate for this via a wide range of neck motion, being able to spin their heads 270 degrees. Most animals have 7 vertebrae in their neck, whilst owls have 14. Owls eat their prey whole or in large chunks. They then regurgitate a pellet containing the parts of their prey they cannot digest. Owls have some traits that make them different than other raptors. Owls have fringed outer wing feathers for silent flight. Silent flight is a great assistance for catching prey. Owls have a rounded face that helps them direct sounds to their ears. The ears of owls are located asymmetrically. One is higher than the other. This adaptation helps owls in locating the sources of sounds. Some owls have ear tufts. These are feathers on the top of their head that aid in camouflage, sending non-vocal messages and directing sound to their ears. Owls use a variety of nesting strategies. The nesting location may be on the ground, in a tree cavity, in a nesting box, in an abandoned nest, or an abandoned human-made structure. There are more than 200 species of owls around the world. 19 of these species live in or visit North America. Barn owl. This medium-sized owl is nocturnal and can be found in old barns or abandoned buildings. It feeds on rodents, mammals, insects, and small birds. Great horned owl. This large owl is crepuscular and can be found in woodlands and suburban areas. It feeds on larger birds, reptiles, skunks, and rodents. Barred owl. This medium-sized owl is nocturnal and lives in woodlands near rivers and swamps. It feeds on small mammals, amphibians, birds, fish, and insects. Great gray owl. This large owl is nocturnal and crepuscular and can be found in bogs in meadows and forests. It mostly feeds on rodents and birds. Spotted owl. This medium-sized owl is nocturnal and lives in tree cavities, old nests, and rock crevices. It feeds on rodents, reptiles, birds, and insects. LongEar Owl. This medium-sized owl is nocturnal and lives in dense trees and brush. It mostly feeds on rodents and mammals. Short-eared owl. This medium-sized owl is also nocturnal and crepuscular. It lives among weeds and grass in marshes. It feeds mostly on rodents and mammals. Northern hawk owl. This small owl is diurnal and lives in spruce woods around bogs and bird areas. It feeds on rodents, mammals, and birds. Snowy owl. This large owl is diurnal and lives in fields and marshes. It feeds primarily on rodents and birds. Elf owl. This miniature owl is nocturnal and lives in cavities in dry woodlands. It primarily feeds on insects. Northern Pygmy Owl. This small owl is diurnal and lives in open forests or shrubby areas. It feeds on rodents, insects, and birds. Ferruginous Pygmy Owl. This small owl is diurnal and lives in saguaro deserts. It feeds on birds, insects, mammals, lizards, frogs, and worms. Boreal Owl. This medium-sized owl is nocturnal and lives in coniferous and deciduous woods. It feeds on mammals, insects, rodents, and birds. Northern Saw-Whet Owl. This small owl is nocturnal and lives in coniferous and deciduous woods. It feeds on rodents, mammals, birds, and insects. Flammulated Owl. This small owl is nocturnal and lives in oaks and pine woods. It primarily feeds on insects. Burrowing Owl. This small owl is nocturnal and lives in burrows in grasslands and farms. It feeds on mammals, birds, reptiles, insects, and amphibians. Eastern Screech Owl. This small owl is nocturnal and lives in tree cavities in forests. It feeds on rodents, insects, reptiles, amphibians, and birds. Western Screech Owl. This small owl is nocturnal and lives in tree cavities in forests. It feeds on rodents, insects, reptiles, amphibians, and birds. Whiskered Screech Owl. This small owl is nocturnal and lives in oak woods. It feeds primarily on rodents and insects.